Most of us have been operating under the assumption that Talanoa Hufanga will be able to be back sometime after the bye, but we actually got our first update, and it came in a roundabout way because Mike Silver put out a column on The Athletic. He also kind of tweeted underneath that the 49ers don't expect Talanoa Hufanga to play football this season. And when you read that, you're like, wait a second. We know he has torn ligaments in his wrist, and that is why he is currently on IR. But again, like I mentioned, it was anticipated that hey, he's going to be able to to play again. But this is what originally was. Oh, he might have deleted it. No, it's right here. He says, also, I have learned that the 49ers do not believe safety Talanoa Hufanga, an all pro in 2022, will play this season. So he tweets that. And so I think some people have maybe seen that and maybe are wondering where that's coming from. So it does sound like that tweet prompted Chris Abbott, who is Talanoa Hufanga's agent. He's a CEO of Equity Sports, prompted him to reach out to Silver. And this is now the update. And you can see it here on the screen. He says, I spoke with Chris Abbott, Hufanga's agent. He insists that the plan is for Hufanga to try to play in a few weeks while wearing a cast. That would be a welcome development. So, obviously, some things flying around. Maybe if you have heard that Talanoa Hufanga is out for the year, that's where it's stemming from. But again, I think it sparked the agent to reach out and kind of detail the plan. So this is interesting to me, I think, on multiple levels because I did not anticipate that the injury to the wrist of Talanoa Hufanga was that bad, where he had the even potential to miss the entirety of the season. But it does sound like even if Talanoa Hufanga is ready to return, he will be playing with a cast on his wrist and his hand. So it does sound like a pretty serious injury. Obviously, tearing your ligaments is never not serious. So, but I'm not a medical doctor, so I had no idea what the timetable for return or healing process would be for that. But it sounds like it is severe enough that to the point where Silver was under the impression that Talanoa Hufanga wasn't going to play this year, and then they're like, "Well, no, he actually, he actually just he's just going to wear a cast." So I hope that's the case. I really do hope that we can get Talanoa Hufanga back. It's just tough, man. I know Talanoa was just trying to get his legs under him again, and then he goes out with a wrist injury, and just tough situation. But it still doesn't mean that we don't need him out there. Obviously, Malik Mustafa has played really well, right? He has really fit into a nice role, and I mean, you might actually really be having the conversation if Talanoa Hufanga returns to the starting lineup. It might be to spell Jair Brown. And they might put Malik and Talanoa Hufanga out there, which would make sense to me. I think Jair has struggled a little bit this season. I think we were anticipating a little bit bigger of a year from Jair, and just hasn't been the case up until this point. So if that's the route that they go, where you get Talanoa Hufanga back, let's say week 10 against the Bucks, then I would probably like to see Talanoa and Malik out there. I think Malik has earned the starting job. I think he deserves to be out there. So, but again, this is the development that is going on right now with the San Francisco 49ers and with Talanoa Hufanga. So again, I think all of us are kind of hoping and praying that we're going to get multiple players back after the bye. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey on the top of the list. Shortly after that, Dre Greenlaw and potentially Talanoa Hufanga. So we'll have to see. But let me know what you guys think about this scenario in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.